Hey everyone, welcome. You know those tiny little dots and squiggles you see in sentences? Well, today, we're going to unlock their secret superpowers. We're going to see how punctuation can make your writing super clear so everyone knows exactly what you mean.
Okay, so let's just jump right in. Have a look at this sentence here. The girl's father sat in the corner. Now, wait a second. Is that one girl's father? Or is it the father of a bunch of girls? See? Without any punctuation, it's actually pretty confusing.
It is confusing, right? And that is exactly why punctuation is so important. You can think of it like having a toolkit full of simple but really powerful tools. They help you tell your reader exactly what you mean. No more confusion. All right, first up, the sentence stoppers. Let's meet our first hero, the full stop.
So the full stop, what's its job? It's super simple, really. It just means the thought is completely finished. Like if you say, honesty is the best policy. See that little dot at the end? That's the full stop telling you, okay, that idea is done, finished.
And this is a great way to think about it. A full stop is basically a red light for your reader. When you see a red light, what do? You stop. Same thing here. It means stop. The sentence is totally over. Take a pause before you move on.
Okay, moving on to our next tool. These are the perfect pausers, and we're going to meet the comma.
Now the comma is a bit different. It's like a little helper that organizes your sentence. It's really great when you're making a list of things. For example, the shop was big, new, and beautiful. See how those commas give you a little break between each word? It just makes it flow so much better.
So if the full stop was our red light, guess what the comma is? Yep, it's the yellow light. It's not telling you to stop completely, it's just saying, hey, slow down a little bit. Take a small pause. There's more coming up. All right, next up, let's talk about asking things. It's time to meet the curious questioners, and our star is the question mark.
This one's a really easy rule to remember. Anytime, and I mean anytime, you ask a direct question, you have to pop this little hook at the end. That's what a question mark does. It changes a simple statement into a question. So, when do you use which one? It's pretty straightforward. You use a full stop for a statement when you're just telling someone something, like, he feels good today. But you use a question mark for a question when you're asking someone something, like, can we meet today? One tells, the other asks. Simple as that.
Okay, enough with the rules for a minute. You know what time it is? It's time for a challenge. We're going to play a little game with punctuation and some super funny tongue twisters. You ready for this?
Okay, look at this one. If a dog chews shoes, whose shoes does he choose? Whoa! That's just one big jumble of words, isn't it? It's a real mess. I think we can fix this.
Okay, now it's your turn. I want you to pause for a second and really think about it. Where would you put the punctuation marks to make this sentence actually make sense? Where does it need a little pause? And what should go at the end?
So, did you figure it out? Here it is. We need a capital I at the start, of course, then a comma after the first shoes to give us a little pause, and at the end, a question mark, because it's definitely a question. Awesome job if you got that right.
All right, let's try another one. This is a classic tongue twister. Go on, try and say it out loud. How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? Now listen to yourself. Can you hear where the question is?
Ready to give it another shot? Go ahead and pause again. Let's see if you can punctuate this tricky one. Let's get this clam out of his confusing can.
And there it is. Perfect. All it needed was a capital H to get us started and a question mark to finish it off. See?
Now it's a perfectly clear question. You guys are getting really good at this. Okay, you've been doing an amazing job. So let's do one final super quick quiz to lock in everything we've learned. Okay, first question. Read this one carefully. What time did they go to the movie last night? Is that a statement or a question? What do you think goes at the end? A full stop or a question mark? All right, next one. Now, this one's a little tricky, so be careful. I wonder how old she is. It sounds a bit like a question, but are you actually asking someone? No, you're just stating what you're wondering about. So this one actually gets a full stop. Tricky, right? Okay, last one. Doesn't anybody want to come with us? What do you think? Is this one telling or asking? Yep, it's totally asking a question. So it definitely needs a question mark. Great job. So you see, punctuation is way more than just a bunch of boring dots and lines. It literally gives your words power. It's the secret ingredient that turns confusing, messy sentences into clear, powerful ideas. So now you have these tools in your toolkit. You have this new superpower. My question for you is, what clear and powerful sentences are you going to write? Think about it. The next time you write a story, or even just an answer for school, remember the power of that little dot or that little hook. Now go on, write with power.